Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crafty Beer Reviews. Today, I'll be reviewing Mikkeller Beer Geek Brunch Weasel. This is an Imperial Oatmeal Coffee Stout. And of course, for this particular rendition, they are using the world-famous Civet Cat coffee. Now, yes, that does mean I'm basically drinking weasel coffee shit, but, it's supposed to be the best coffee in the world, so it can't be that bad, right? That's how I choose to think of it. But yeah, that time of recording this is about 3 months old, so we'll see how fast this coffee has faded out at this point. I meant to get to this one earlier. What are you going to do, right? Now, about 3 or 4 years ago, I did review the Calvados barrel-aged version of this, but I've never had the non-barrel-aged version. So, looking forward to this. Let's go ahead and check out the aroma. Wow, that's interesting. So, not coffee up front, but I get a lot of chocolate. Yeah, this really rich dark chocolate, a little bit of milk chocolate hints in there too. I do get a little bit of like an espresso note, a touch of like a roasted coffee bean in the background. It's really not too pronounced though. I haven't had this fresh, so I don't know if it just faded out that quickly or if there's just not a ton of coffee to be had, which would be kind of weird considering that's the point of this beer. Getting a lot of roasted malt notes, almost kind of this like burnt kind of note going on in there for sure. I get a little bit of caramel in the background. Yeah, but very chocolatey, very roasty. Definitely get a lot of that. A touch of coffee, but again, very, very mild, mostly chocolate and roast. Well, let's go ahead, take our first sip. Oh, there we go. Definitely getting a lot more coffee in the taste, so that's good. Up front, mostly chocolate though. Tons of dark chocolate. It's got this bittersweet thing going on. I'm definitely getting more milk chocolate on the finish though. Get a little bit of roastiness up front. And then about mid-palate is where the coffee is. I get like this kind of espresso note, a bit of like a roasted coffee bean kind of thing going on too. Yeah, that's nice. Get a little bit of caramel, maybe a touch of like a toffee kind of sweetness. And as it lingers, I get milk chocolate, definitely kind of this like burnt, almost slight ashy kind of like burnt malt note. And then it finishes with that milk chocolate and some vanilla sweetness too, which is really nice. Yeah, very, very nice. Very roasty Imperial Stout though. It's not quite as thick as I remember the barrel-aged version being, or even the version of this that doesn't use the Civet Cat coffee. I remember both of those being a little bit thicker, a little bit chewier, but it's definitely on the medium side of full. I get a little bit of like this creaminess on the back end too. It definitely has a nice kind of mouthfeel, but it is a little bit thinner than I would think for the style. It does a really nice job of hiding the alcohol. For being basically 11%, I can't taste it, I don't feel it, I don't smell it. No trace of it, making this very, very dangerous. Overall, I'm really enjoying this. But that being said, I guess I wish I would try it fresher. I don't know if that would improve the nose of the beer, because on the nose it was all like chocolate roast. In the actual taste, you're getting more nuances, more complexity. I do get more coffee, but it's still not the first thing, is still not the biggest thing. And for a beer that's supposed to highlight, especially this very, very expensive coffee, which in turn makes this a very expensive beer, it's just not front and center. Really nice dark milk chocolate, nice, roasted malt, kind of this burnt taste, a little bit of vanilla, some caramel. It's all nice, it's all nuanced, it's just, I kind of expected more, especially in the coffee department. So in terms of rating, guys, I'm going with a 9.1 out of 10. I really can't go higher, just again because the coffee's not huge, and I do find this one to be a little bit thinner than I like for the style. That being said, if you guys like a nice Imperial Stout, this is well worth checking out. Just don't expect to be blown away, especially with the price tag. Alright guys, that does for this beer review. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I hope whatever you're doing involves good craft beer. See ya.